What is going on, everybody? So originally I was gonna do this video with no helmet, just kind of standing talking to the camera. I bought little wireless like lavalier mics, and unfortunately by the time I got here they were dead. So with that being said, 2025 ZX10R. Did I buy one? No. So how do you have the bike right now? Essentially, this is my friend's bike who's letting me ride it to create content. I know what you're thinking. You have your own bike. Why don't you ride that? And that's why we haven't uploaded in a few days. I may have low-sided the R3. He was in the first video. This is TJ's bike. I'm forever grateful that he's allowed me to use it for this video, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to be posting this right now. Due to not having a bike I can ride at the moment that I own, it's a little confusing for me. I didn't know what to post, and I was gonna make some short form videos about it, but I knew I wanted it to be a long form video of me explaining what happened. So that's what this is. Insurance probably would have totaled it due to the fairings being messed up, but I can fix the bike for like $600. So just putting some money aside for that, and then we'll be back on the road. But for now, we'll be using this beautiful machine, 2025 ZX10R. And outside of a little update about my bike, I wanted to say thank you loads for the support on my first video. Going into this whole content creation thing, I believe I touched on it in the first video. It is something that I wanted to do for a very long time, but I never really had the courage or confidence to actually do it. And I took that leap of faith and finally just uploaded a video, and it got over 400 views and about 29 subscribers from my very first video. The comments were overwhelming with support. I got DMs on social media to encouraging me to keep going. It was just great. Like, it's more support than I ever would have imagined for our first video, and I just want to say thank you for that. That's not even enough. Like, I don't know how to express the gratitude. I was truly just blown away by the amount of support that first video received. I took the time, read and replied to all the comments. Way more. I didn't expect to get any comments, and I think it's at like 20 plus right now, and that's just insane to me. And I just want to say thank you for showing love, and I'm gonna continue to try and keep pushing out the best content I can. I have a full notebook, just jotting down ideas, brainstorming and everything, because I really want to do this, and there's no choice but to make it work. Don't want to be 60, 70, 80 wishing I tried. We're just gonna try now, and then won't have any regrets later, ideally, right? So with that being said, let's get into the ride. One thing I've been thinking about recently, honestly, it's just like, maybe not, well, kind of me, but just the topic in general, but definitely me involved, is like the thought of like dying, dude. Like, it's gonna happen to everyone one day, and it's like, they say that's what gives life its meaning, but which I do agree with, to an extent, yeah. Not even to an extent, like, I do, because if no one ever died, I guess what we have wouldn't be special. It would just be it, and but it is something that I struggle with from time to time. I'm sure most people do, but it's something that's been kind of on my mind from like a very young age. Like, the idea of dying has kind of been, I'd say, in my head since probably like 6 years old, maybe. Like, it's weird. Like, obviously then I didn't fully understand what that meant, but and I mean, I have a decent idea of what it means now, but obviously not a complete understanding because I haven't died. And it's like, you can believe in whatever you want. I'm not gonna try and push anyone any certain way. I know what I believe in, but It's not my job to make that decision for you, of course. And regardless of what you believe in, the fact that this life you're living now will conclude is very real, no matter what system of belief you follow. So it's very, it just makes me think a lot, like maybe what is all this for? But I guess no one knows, and I think maybe if we did know, that would take away from the meaning. Maybe the meaning is not knowing, and it's a really hard topic for me to because I like to know things, I really do. So when there's things that I'm not able to know, due to no fault of my own, there's just no real way to know. It bugs me a little bit, Like, obviously the point of life isn't to run from GSP on an R7 in the rain, but, like, what is the point? I'm not too comfortable on this bike yet, so I don't want to do anything too outlandish. Hey, Cardo, answer. Hello?